Hey y'all, and welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. So we are a couple of Americans transplanted to Germany, and we bought a farm. So spring, it's coming, and so we got to get ready for our new chickens. We want to bring chickens onto the farm, and yeah, because price of eggs. Ugh. But yeah, so we're working on, the plan is to work on getting it ready for where we want to put the coop and put the chicken run and all that. So hang out with us. Hey y'all, so Mama's been working in the area that we're gonna make the chicken coop and the chicken run. So yeah, we bought a farm. It was a non-working farm at the time, and so he raised cattle, and he had milk cows. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn an area that used to be used to store food for the cows, and we're going to turn it into where the chickens go. So it's a silo, so it's round, and they used to put the silage in here. Basically, anything off of crops that isn't the actual crop. So if they did wraps, or if they did, various stuff, they'd harvest the actual crop, being the rapeseed, and then the rest would be turned into silage. Basically, it's like hay, but it's green and wet.
It's actually silage is the American word.
So Rachel's over there. You heard her because she's mic'd up. And silage in English. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this little area that he used to access it. We're going to put a wall up, and it's going to become the chicken coop itself will be there. And this will be their run kind of aviary type thing for them. Well, it's been long enough that it hasn't been used that it grew a tree. So
yeah, there was about 2 inches of dirt in here that I've scraped out.
Yeah, there's a lot of dirt. So there's dirt all here. So I got the tractor running because at a minimum, we're going to pull the tractor through the cow barn and load the bucket with that dirt so she can get rid of it. But I think in the process, what we're going to do is, this is all wood we moved from an old property that we were renting. And I didn't have a wood burner at the time. And so it just laid there and rotted, So we're going to do hugelkultur, I think that's what it's called.
Yep.
With that, we're going to bury it in the earth and let it turn back into dirt, basically, right?
It's not very far from dirt right now.
Yeah. So
The only thing holding it together is
what I
it's
think
frozen.
we're going to do is we're going to put the grapple on the tractor and work a whole bunch of stuff at once. I'm in the barn splitting wood, getting some wood stacked because we're running low. But in that process, I'll need the tractor to finish up the last bit of wood out there. And it's not going to require the grapple, it's going to require the forks. But anyway, what I think we're going to do is we're going to first start on maybe getting rid of these piles, because I believe the ground is frozen, which means it's a good time to do that. And then we're going to figure out whether we're going to try to lift this or whether I'm going to take an axe and just cut it flush. I think I'm just going to cut it flush because I'm worried about picking up the cement, and I'd rather have a piece of wood that's down in the cement that can rot away than have a big crack in the cement, right? Plus, if it greens up, the chickens are going to peck and eat at it anyway. That's my thoughts. So, with that said, I got the tractor warming up. We'll go over there and we'll get the tractor sorted, get the grapple on the tractor. It's been a minute since the grapple's been on the tractor, so this will be fun. Hopefully there's no issues getting it on there. The only issues being the hydraulic lines, and the reason hydraulic lines will give issues is because when the pressure varies, sometimes they don't want to couple. But I always manage to get them. So yeah, there's that. Let me go get the tractor.
Yeah, the tractor's not sinking at all. It's grounded.
So it looks like it's pretty frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen. You're not sinking at all.
Oh, gonna need four-wheel drive. So we'll go after this group right here.
Yeah. She's gonna kick it up. Oh, don't knock it back in. Come forward. Down. It's frozen. See, I knew we were going to do that. We don't get very many at a time, it looks like. But that's better than nothing. I was thinking about using the forklifts and lifting it, but I think the forklifts will work better. Sit y'all down. Arched here. This way. Hold on. Come forward. Come forward. Go down. Up, up. Turn. Come on. Keep coming. Come on. Come on. Keep coming. Now squeegee. Squeegee, squeegee. Squeegee, squeegee. Squeegee. Perfect. A big load that time. There. There you go. All the way.
You got them all?
You got it all. Perfect. Alright, that's 2 piles down. And 1 giant pile left to go.
Hey.
Let's show you where he's taking it. So this parapet area here, we are going to elevate and extend. And what we're doing is filling in the deep part with the organic material. And this will be an extension to garden. You see over here is from the trees. Here's where he's putting the rotten logs on top of the hay bales that were way too wet and ended up being way too hot. So, but eventually my garden will come out. Oh, another couple meters. And all this organic is just fertilizer for the future. Yeah, granted, it takes a few years, but it works well. You see where I've been filling it in here to bring my real estate out more behind my berries. And look how it is so frozen that it is not even leaving tracks. Hold it. All right. You got it.
All right, y'all. So we got like the last load right there. So we got all that old wood gone. We still have to tackle that tree.
I have to pressure wash.
And we got like, yeah, there's a bit to do. And the tractor's on fumes. So I'm gonna go get rid of this. I'm gonna pass the camera off to Rachel. I'm gonna go get rid of this. And then, yeah, gotta go around to the other barn. Fill up the tractor. And I think I'm just leaving this bucket on so that she can, I don't know, we'll figure it out.
And I think we need the other bucket for the dirt.
So,
yeah, so I'm just going to do a little bit of cleanup work around the outside of the silo here. Drag some of this stuff into the driveway so it can build up a little bit. So I'll just set y'all over here and let y'all watch me do some raking. So, I mean, I don't know if you could tell from up here, but that's going to be a really good sized chicken run. And we're going to make it an enclosed aviary so that predators can't get in and the chickens can't get out. So, all right, let me set you down. I think that's a good spot.
All right, so we made a quick battery change. Battery died. And so we got all the stuff around the top of the silo is gone. Still have to deal with that tree, and that is stuff, debris that was all in here. Rachel's working away. So there is a drain in the middle. We're not sure where it goes though.
Yeah, we got drains on both
There is a
spots.
tank down at the end of the barn, because what used to happen is, you know, cows go to the bathroom, and right here is the trench that would travel down, and there is a tank at the end of the barn. So we're thinking that's where that is, or that's where that goes. We're not sure. What we're gonna do is clean it out and try to see where it goes. And if it does go there, we'll probably plug it up, because that tank is gonna get filled with gravel so that it's no longer there. Well, it'll be there, but it'll be full of rock. There is a drain in the middle here too. I think that drain actually goes to the sanitary, and if that's true, we're going to leave it open, because then when it's time to like clean out the chicken coop area, she can scrape the floor and then actually use the pressure washer. But what we're going to do, and the plan is where she's leaning on that wall, we're planning on putting cement block the rest of the way this way, and we'll put a door to the outside here, and then like here we'll have, you know, alongside the door we'll have one of those automatic chicken doors, so that they can go out to their area in here. And this will have fence around the top and a roof, because we learned our lesson that other things like eating chicken too. And we had a martyr, or a weasel, that took out a bunch of chickens.
Yeah.
And so with that said, we are going to try to weasel proof it. And you know, the weasels, they normally come in the night to try to take your chickens. This happened during the day, which is a very odd circumstance. We do believe it was a female that had babies and she was struggling, and so yeah, she took out her chickens. But we're not 100% sure. We tried catching it, you know, trapping it, and well, we came up empty-handed. So anyway, what we're going to do is, this will be the chicken coop area all underneath the roof. The roof is going to get redone, of course, because there is that cement wall on that side with the good slope. And then what we'll do is we'll build a wall on this side,
With a window and
the same,
door.
so that we only need one wooden beam down the middle. And the wooden beams seem pretty solid, so between the two of them, we should be able to end up with a good middle beam. And then we're just going to do a tin roof, and we'll close up the little eave end here so that nothing can come in there, so that the weasel has no way to get into the actual chicken coop area.
Oh, and also the weatherproof.
And also it'll make it a little more weatherproof. The good thing about it is the ground level on the other side, and like you could even see over there, so the ground level is like this high, like where she's got her hand, and it goes all the way around. What that means is, because it's partially in the ground, it won't freeze in here too easily. And once we get the other wall up and stuff, it should stay rather warm. Now the plan is, we have the wood boiler. It's right over there. And we have additional circuits, and what we're probably going to do is put some heating in here, and just keep it, 40-ish degrees so that the chickens have a nice warm winter. They'll still have access to the outside and go in and out, but once they realize it's nice and warm in here and cold out there, I don't think they're going to go out.
It also produces more eggs.
We are lucky, and we do get, the last flock of chickens we got eggs all year round. Now it's slowed down, because chickens will lay, between 5 and 7 eggs a week each, depending upon, what they're eating and stuff like that and breed. And we were getting three eggs a chicken in the winter. So, yeah, it's a win-win. So I need to go reconfigure this tractor. I already got the grapple off, and I have to turn it into a convertible because we need to drive it in here. That's the good thing about the awning system and stuff that I ended up putting on this tractor, is it's removable so that we can fold the roof down, or the roll bar down. So what needs to happen is the awning that's on the tractor has to come off, and then the roll bar will fold down so we can drive in the barn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass the camera off to Rachel so that she can video me taking that off, and then she's already got her, I think it's a Japanese saw, to cut that tree down. So let's get the tractor configured, and then we'll work on that tree.
All right, so he has to pull all of his pins for his roof,
Loosen the knobs up.
because this roof is detachable.
This was some of the best spent money. Shade in the summer, when it's raining, covers you. So now this will lift off. And the canopy is rhino hide, and I had to order it from America and have it delivered to my sister, then to me.
Yeah, they don't ship to Germany. All right.
She looks like when we bought her.
Yep. Well, aside from those brackets right there. Your lights.
And
Watch your light.
lean it back. Oh, I gotta use the bungee so I don't shear it off, because the pins are gonna go in those holes.
And voila, we have a convertible.
And now we fit in barns.
Which was the primary reason for buying this size tractor.
Everybody is like, oh, it's such a small tractor, you're not gonna be able to do stuff with it.
We ain't found anything we couldn't do.
There hasn't been anything I've asked of this tractor
That's not
that it
done.
hasn't done.
Yeah, it has been a workhorse.
So let me get the
Bucket on.
bucket. And the quick attach system on this is brilliant. could probably drive the tractor in.
That's what I was thinking when I put it here.
Get it. So let me have your Japanese sword. We'll get this tree gone.
Yeah. Come in from the bottom. All the way down on the cement. All the way down, all the way down. Here, let me...
I want to talk to the camera. Of course, without her, I wouldn't know how to do this.
Of course not.
So,
you'll cut it up too high. All right.
So all that's left is all that dirt. So,
Not a lot of dirt. Not compared to what was here.
Well, now the tree's gone.
Yeah.
And like I said, it shouldn't come back. And it'll just turn into dirt. So, I'm going to pass this off to her. And I'm going to try to
Scoop.
scoop dirt out.
Yeah, we're gonna scoop. Let's take one. Get up.
All right, so change to the change. Yeah. Yeah. Plans change, right? So the plan was to get ready for chickens and build this coop and get it all ready. You know, we got this whole area over here that is now all nice and clean and ready for us to build the wall and get the coop ready and all that. Yeah, that all changed. So we are part of the military community here in Germany, and well, we have people that Rachel works with that have chickens. Well, it's going to be had chickens because they're coming our way. They're moving to a new property because they are renting, and the new property that they're renting is not going to allow them to have chickens. So yeah, we're gonna have chickens here on the farm, or real soon, as in like we got to go pick them up. So we're off. We're gonna go get I guess there's a chicken run, there's some coop, I don't know, I haven't seen what's going on. I just know it's, I don't know, 6 or 8 chickens, and yeah, so off we go. All right, y'all, so we have spent the day, well, part of the day, over getting the new chickens. So we took apart a chicken run, took apart, you know, all the chicken wire from it and poles and all that. And then they had a, you know, like a hobby coop that, you know, you pick up from the various building stores and such. And there are 7 chickens in there. We know it's it's very small real estate for them. It's only temporary. It's only a day or 2. But we got a bunch of chickens in here. So you can see some new life on the homestead.
I think there's 7 total. There's some in here.
So they're various. Some of them are fancy chickens. Some of them is like a rock barred right there. Or barred rock, whatever they call them.
2 Polish hens with the floppy hair.
Yeah.
There's a barred rock. There's a longhorn for like they use for meat, the white one.
That's not a Cornish. I mean, it's got a big chest, but
It's a longhorn, I believe.
it's got a big crop. We're talking about this one right here, this white one. You can see it's got a pretty big crop going on right now. And then there's the barred. So, it is Saturday. We will spend maybe part of today throwing the poles out on the ground and figuring out everything, where everything's going. Then we have to stop and we have to get over to the building supply store to get more like hardware cloth, because we need to wrap the bottom of the run in hardware cloth, because a couple years ago we went through mayhem and lost a whole flock to a weasel, martyr, whatever you want to call it. Looks like a ginormous ferret. Killed them all, including turkeys. We've talked about it before. So we want to preclude that from happening. The reason they're here is because up there is a camera. And I'm going to turn the camera on to alarm mode so that it will basically trip an alarm whenever
There's movement.
there's movement in the carport, so that we know what's going on. These safety plugs are a pain.
I couldn't get it, so I had to have him get it. Because we had to put in the...
So we got a heat lamp for them because it's supposed to get pretty chilly tonight. And yeah, they are laying. They did get, I think,
It was 7, but I don't know if that's...
6 or 7 eggs, and we're not sure. We're gonna have to at dark. There are a couple that are hiding underneath the coop.
Have to make sure they go inside.
That we're probably gonna have to scoop them up and put them in the coop, because they had 2 coops in their run. They had this one and they had this one here in their run. So we're gonna return their home back as close as we can get it to the way it was for the time being. This way they're, you know, they're not as shell-shocked. They're shell-shocked right now because they're in a carport about, I don't know, we'll say less than 10 miles from where they were. They're probably about 5 miles from where they were. They were literally like up over the hill that way. They were allowed to free range pretty much while they were there during the day. They would open up the pen and let them roam around. It's pretty much going to be the same business here. The only thing we need to do is get the gate closed to the upper field so that the pen will be in the upper field, but it's going to open into the lower field, and we'll have the gate closed so that they can't make it to the road like on this side. Then they have to go, they have acres and acres all along the back to kind of free range, and we don't really have to stay like right on top of them to make sure that they're safe. So they can free range during the day while we're here. Yeah, so there's that. So next steps is getting these poles out of the trailer. It's going to be a temporary thing, and I think what we're going to do is probably keep the coop or the chicken run, because it's, you know, it's a bunch of poles and stuff. And I think, like I said, we're going to keep it for our second flock, because the plan is we'll have these guys, which are some egg layers, and then we're going to look at doing some Cornish as well. So yeah, we now have chickens.
Yeah, again.
Again. So new life on the homestead. All right, y'all. So the chickens made it through the night. Not that we didn't expect it, but they look pretty happy. They're enjoying their food. We got a little heat lamp for during the day because they slept in the coop last night. all 7 of them. So yesterday I spent a little time and kind of put this jungle gym of sorts together. It was a little bit of a puzzle because we didn't label anything. We just kind of took it all apart. You know, in the for the sake of time, we got over there with the wire cutters, cut all the zip ties holding the chicken wire on it, and got it all out so that we could get it over here and onto the property. So I put the jungle gym together. Rachel's bringing the last piece to finish the peak down there. And then we got to put the door on this end here, right here. See, I told you she had the last piece. And then get some chicken wire around it so that these guys have a nice size run. So we're going to put you on a quick time lapse for finishing this up. And then probably for putting all the chicken wire on, because we want to get them out today so that they can have some green grass to run their feet in, and you know, and we got 2 eggs last night.
Yeah.
It was impressive. So, yep, we'll set you up. All right, y'all, so we're almost there. We got better than half of it around the bottom, and it's a whole lot of zip ties. So as you saw, it's really hard to pick up, but we got the fencing on here, and we got from the door all the way around. It's across the back and to this post right there. So we got to go get more zip ties because we got to get this run here, and we're going to have to stop on this roll here, and then we got to do just a short section here, which that's how we started out. We started out with a short piece and got to this pole. So not much different than when we started. Yeah. But that's going to get us pretty close to being able to just put the chickens in here so they have somewhere to roll around in the green, you know. But this battery's about dead, so we'll be back after a battery swap. Okay. All right, y'all, we really didn't get much further on that chicken run because we had to drive over and get the zip ties, and then by the time we got here, darkness was falling. We had to take care of the animals and such, to include the chickens. And so we had to stop there. We're gonna try to get it all knocked out tomorrow. And so that at least for part of tomorrow, during the nice daylight that we're supposed to have, it's supposed to be sunny, that these chickens will have some nice green grass to run around in. So we're gonna try to sneak up here on the chickens because we bedded them down And with them in the coop, they keep each other warm. So there's bedding in the coop and everything like that. And, you know, quite honestly, the number of chickens in this one coop is too many. But this is the last night. They only had to do 2 nights like this, kind of cramped. They'll have the other big coop here for tomorrow night, but we're going to try to get a look in on them. And you see, there they are. They're not too awful cramped. They're not too awful cramped, and, you know, it helps keep them warm. So, but we will wrap this one up. I want to get a video out to you guys because it's been a little bit. Want to say we love each and every one of you. If you haven't, please click that like. Please click that subscribe. And if you're thinking about family, you're thinking about friends, please give them a WhatsApp. Reach out, tell them hi. You know you'd love to hear from them too. And until the next installment, auf Wiedersehen.